Hey guys, how's it going? This is Wolf, and welcome back to another cheat engine for Dark Souls 3 tutorial video. Due to popular demand and the popularity of my first video, I decided to do a new, more in-depth guide of cheat engine, specifically for Dark Souls 3. Before we start, a few things. I will not be covering how to get the cheat engine or the table, or how to item swap, because I already covered that in the previous video. Click on the whatever it is on the video that will link you to that. Second, I apologize if you hear some background noise. It's raining outside and that's not much I can do about that. Third, I do not condone any sort of playstyle that gives you unfair advantages on PvP, any nefarious ways to crash someone's game or to get them banned or self-banned by giving them souls or anything. Once again, I think Cheat Engine is a wonderful software for you to experiment with, for you to make cosplays and record videos with certain camera angles, certain effects on your character, or certain effects on the environment that you can not do without Cheat Engine. And I think that's really cool, and I think that's awesome. Of course, you can use it for really bad things. I really hope you don't do that. I will not be covering any of that in this video, so if you're here for that, tough luck. Go look up Malcolm Reynolds or something like that. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, the first thing I want to cover is how to transfer your save file from your original account, your legit account, into a alternate account. And I really recommend opening an alternate account because a lot of the stuff that's on the cheat engine, or most of it, will flag your account and will ban you. Not only that, but simply transferring your save file will ban you. So if you're looking to do some offline stuff, if you don't care about, not being banned, if you're going to be taking some cool first-person PvE shots, and you don't mind being banned, this is great. Simply open a new Steam account with another email, and then request permission from your original account to access Dark Souls 3, then confirm that with your original email, and then you'll be able to play Dark Souls 3 with the new account. If that account gets banned, it will not affect your original account, it will not affect, there's no VAC bans for Dark Souls 3, so don't worry about that. Okay, so now that you have your new account, you accepted the terms or whatever, you'll be met with a new game. Obviously, as you can see, I don't have any save file. Now, you could certainly spawn in all the items you need, but that might take a lot of time, and again, if you don't mind this account being banned because you're not going to use the online features, then you don't need to do that. You can simply transfer your save. Now, if you just try to transfer a regular save by just copying the save file and pasting it into this new account, it's not going to work. And let me show you that. So first of all, how do you actually access your save files? They are on a hidden folder, so you cannot just it's not on games or anything. You have to go to your search bar and click %appdata %, and when you type that into the search bar, a hidden folder will appear. You click on that and it'll give you access to this, which has a bunch of stuff for me because I have a lot of programs, but if you have Dark Souls 3, it should show up here in the Dark Souls 3 folder. Now, every single one of these folders is a different account. That is why you can't just simply transfer saves, because save files are specific to the account that they're linked to. I know that the account that I'm using is this save file. You might have to do some research to know which account you have and which save file is which. But as you can see, today is the 26th, so I know this is the last modified. It just now, 608. So I have my backup saves here from my original account, and let's say I want to use this one, the Strength Faith one. If I simply try to paste this, let me get rid of this one and paste this here, unless it's just being really mean to me for some reason. Okay, I will find that later, but let's say I want my quality build. So copy this and paste it here, and then replace that. So this is supposed to be my quality build, and it should have a bunch of stuff. So if I quit out of the game and try to launch it again, which I'm doing right now, you will see that it's not going to allow me to load any of my save data because it's from a different account. You can probably hear the rain now that there's no music. Okay, so now that I press start, it's going to tell me failed to load save data. And no matter how many times I press OK, it's not going to allow me to do that. Now the way to get past that is with a software that I will link in the description. It is this one right here. It is the Dark Souls 3 Manager. Again, I downloaded this, I checked it with my antivirus, there's nothing, no malware there. I do suggest you do that. This is on your own discretion, guys. I'm not purposefully trying to give anybody malware, but you never know with these web pages or with the pop-ups or with anything on the internet. So do this at your own discretion. I highly suggest you have a pop-up blocker like AdBlock. And I also suggest that you check it once you download, before you open it, check it with your antivirus software. When you do all that, you simply access it. It's called the Dark Souls 3 Manager. And it's a very simple software. Just a little window like this. And what you want to click out of all this is Patch and Allow Integration. Obviously, you do this once you have your game open and once you tried to transfer your save file. If it's successfully patched, that's all you need to do. Now when you try to load the save data, it will allow you to load it. This, again, will ban your account. Absolutely 100%. I did this a bunch of times, as you can see. Well, this one was already penalized, but I did this a bunch of times, and I never touched Cheat Engine, and simply for doing this, it banned me. But anyway, you can now load your game. So, here we go. WolfPad. And it works perfectly fine. It's going to let me use that character. If you want to use this and you don't care, it'll give you like a week before you get banned, before the ban wave comes in. So this is my character. As you can see, I have everything I had on the character previously. Nothing's missing. Obviously, I don't have a lot of weapons in this character, but you can use any file that you do have everything you need. I got a lot of rings, so that's perfect, right? So now that you did all that, you have your alternate account, you have all of your weapons, everything you need. Let's actually look at what you can do with Cheat Engine that I didn't cover previously. So first, you download what you need to download, and then you open the reversed souls. Right? I didn't say that previously. I forgot on the previous video, and a lot of people were confused as why they couldn't see the open. That's because they were opening Cheat Engine as a software instead of the actual table. Now, again, I recommend with this particular table to use Cheat Engine 6.6 instead of 6.7 because there are certain things that will crash your game with the Cheat Engine 6.7, and I'll go over that in a second. So once you click on this little icon and then you click on Dark Souls 3, you're ready to go. So let's get started really quickly. I highly recommend that you read the table info. It has a lot of stuff that can be explained better than I could explain it. So read that if you're interested in all that. But let's start with statistics. So this is just the statistics of your current save file. So save slot, this is 0. It could be the first save slot, the second, the third. Auto save, this is a really important one. If you're going to be using a lot of scripts that are going to ban your account and you don't feel like backing up a save file and all that, simply you can disable the autosave, and from now on the game will not autosave for me. So if I play for 1 hour and I do a bunch of stuff and then I quit out of the game, when I load back in, I will be right where I am right now because it's not going to save anything, which can be good if you're going to be using a lot of scripts. Other than that, last bonfire is just the one that I was here. Target bonfire is the next bonfire you will be warping to. You can choose from the drop down menu where you want to go in case you don't have it unlocked. And also, and the only reason you would ever use this script is the undead arenas have a specific value or bonfire value. You can actually warp there and place your sign, and certain people, if they have your password or just randomly, they could summon you there, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, so it has a value. You can look that up online, and you can put the value in here, because you can also put stuff in here, not just the drop down menu. And the next place you warp to, it's going to take you there. You can change your character name again. This will probably ban you. You can erase your name. Ember is simply if you're embered or not. As you can see in my game, I'm not embered. But if I change the value from 0 to a 1, it embers me. I'll probably put this here so you can see my character. Now if I change it to a 0, it'll unember me. The team type, I'm a host. Character type, I'm a hollow. Invasion type, none, because I'm the host right now. Okay, new game type. So this is, your NG. You can change that here. Again, probably will ban you. Better to just kind of warp to the latest bonfire, the one with Solar Cinder, kill Solar Cinder with probably infinite iframes, and then just do that until you're at the journey that you want. But if you're too lazy, again, you don't care about the bans, you can do that. Current Covenant, so that's Spears of the Church, but I could change this to like Watchdogs, and it'll change on my game as you saw there. Lock-on range, I can increase it so that my range for the lock-on stays much further out. Fall Death Camera, I believe this will just put it like, when you die, and how it like puts it on like the top of you. Not really sure why you would want that, but let's put that false. Hollowing, again, 99 is what my character is right now. I could put it to 0 if I want to. Max reinforcement level, this is the level that I have my maxed out weapon. You can change that. If you change it, it'll ban you. But if you want to like be able to pick up +10 and you don't want to do a +10 one for you, you can just change it, and now +10 weapons that are dropped will show up. And this probably changes the phantom color for you. I don't know exactly how it works. Now the reason that I wanted to do a 6.6 instead of 6.7 is because this hero scripts will crash your game on the 6.7 cheat engine table. So I do recommend 6.6. So this is basically all of what your hero is, right? So there's stats here, so what your HP is, your FP, your SP, stamina, I believe that's stamina. All of this, right? All of this you can change, all of this will ban you. So this is a speed modifier, as you can see. 1 is your regular, but if you want to be like Super Saiyan 5, as you can see, my character is super fast. And this is for any animation, so attacking, running, like anything really. As you can see, this is really quick. Let's just put that back to a 1 because that's way too quick for me. And global speed, I'm not sure what it does, so we're gonna leave that alone for now. But if you want to change the speed of your own character and you want to make like a Flash cosplay or Sonic or whatever, this is what you change, the speed modifier. Now attributes, this is just, your attributes. You can change that. Again, if you change this and it doesn't match up with your current soul level, it'll flag you and it'll ban you. I just recommend using Rosaria. It doesn't take that much time, but if you want to be like soul level 40 and have 99 on everything, in case you want to cosplay something or you're playing with a friend, that's cool. That's very unfair to use against regular invasions because obviously you're way overpowered for your soul level. Don't do that. But you can just change it here. It'll change it in the game. Player game data. So this is like how many times you've died. A lot of the playtime, it's very weird. I wouldn't mess with this too much. There's no real reason to mess with this. There's just data on your character. So appearance, you can change your appearance here. You don't have to go to Rosaria, but again, this probably will ban you. This is how big you are. This is animations for you, like your sheath weapon. Like you can use it as a katana with a great hammer or something like that, if you want to do that for a specific cosplay. This is your equipment. You can change it here. I mean, it's just as fast as changing it in game, so You don't have to do that, but if you want to, you can change it here. There's apparently a second equipped spells. Obviously, there's a bunch of spells that are empty because I don't have the attunement for it. But the first 3 that I do have are right here, or the first 2 rather, because 1 takes 2. Gestures. If you want to unlock all gestures, you just simply click this, and it'll unlock everything forever. Covenants. This is what you have. This is your progression on every covenant. Estus, your Ashen Estus count, your regular Estus count. This I do believe is the same as the equipment. Yes, it is. And movement and animations. This is some cool stuff. This is animation canceling. There's some ways to do it legitimately, but if you just want to do it for some sort of video or something, this is where you can animation cancel. Basically, in the middle of the animation, you can cancel it for another animation. Enable slide is kind of a cool one. It just slides you, as you can see, as if you were sliding on the what's it called? On the DLC, Ashes of Ariandel. There's a place you can slide, so basically it allows you to slide. The idle animation is also a cool one, and I've used it in videos before. So the -1 is just regular idle, but let's say you want to, I don't know, let's say you can do some certain gestures, but some of the cool stuff is dunk head and wax, and it'll perform the animation as if you were dunking your head in wax, and it'll actually give you wax apparently, so I guess that's pretty cool. Great. I use that for the crossing arms. Some of them you can change until you do another animation. So, for example, there is one that you can just cross your arms. Or you can open doors also. The open door one will allow you to get out of any animation lock. And for some reason I can't find the other one, but it doesn't matter. So that's current animation. So roll and backflip. This allows you to change your rolling. So now I'm mid rolling, but I could fast roll, I could fat roll, I could be over encumbered. And it also gives you the ability to backflip. So if you want to do some ninja cosplays, you can. It only does it for the backstep, unfortunately. The rolling is still rolling. And the cool thing about this is that backflipping gives you iframes just as rolling, unlike the backstep, which just does not give you iframes. So that's a pretty cool one. Other than that, okay, we'll keep it on backflip because it's cool. Speed of walking animations, just how fast you can walk speed. If you want to do that, just change the global modifier, unless you want to attack normally and you just want to move quickly. Gestures. This allows you to gesture walk. So, for example, I can just point down and walk, or there's some really cool ones. You can just clap and walk. I mean, it's just, again, just for funny footage, if that's what you want. Moveset swap. So here it tells me what I have, right? I have a greatsword and I have a catalyst, not a catalyst, a chime, I believe, on my left hand. But I could change that. I could change this for a hammer. And as you can see, it'll show like the mace attack animation, and you can do some really cool stuff with that. Definitely, probably will ban you, but for example, let's say I want to have a whip, and you compare that with some really weird stuff like, I don't know, twin swords. Although it might have changed. Let's see. So probably some of them don't work, simply because the move is too different. Or it could be the weapon. So I probably was the weapon. So as you can see, I have the scythe moveset right here. It again could be done for some really cool footage and animations. You know, this is not something you see used with a greatsword, so you can use that for cool footage for a specific thing. And jumping mod, not really sure what that is. You could probably jump to a roll. You can experiment with that.